A system screen lays out Kim Soo-hyun's crew roster and grades each member like a stat sheet. One of them can only blurt out, "This is nurturing crewmates." Sunbae turns straight to the next question and asks how crewmates are actually nurtured, even wondering if fighting makes them improve alongside him. The system answers by opening guidance on the way to nurture crewmates. But the system cuts in with a rule. Soo-hyun can only nurture crewmates by using nurture cards, and those cards come for nurture quests. He just stares at the screen and repeats the new term to himself. Nurture cards? Then the system updates again. Nurture quests are now activated. With that rule still in front of him, crewmates can only be nurtured through nurture cards. The next question is immediate. Are nurture quests basically the same as subquests? Sunbae decides to leave nurture quests alone for now. Looking it over, he figures they should be easier to handle than subquests. But Kim Dayan cuts in on that thought and raises a new point. She still has a card she got from fighting Kang Do-hyuk, and now she decides to reveal it first. But Kim Dayan's reveal is overtaken when Soo-hyun abruptly says, "Reveal card." A blue system window answers at once. The card has been revealed. But that's not what the card reveals. The system identifies it as an attack card, boxing, weaving, and confirms that weaving is now usable at skill rank F. Soha stops at the reveal and lets out a quick, startled, "Oh." But Sunbae cuts through that pause by trying weaving on the spot. He slips into a fast, weaving guard around the blue system window and blurts out that it is fun as fuck. But Sunbae's test triggers another blue system window, and this one announces a new sub-quest. He stops at that, then sees the objective. Complete a boxing combo, with weaving already checked off, hooks still left, and a gold card set as the reward. Soo-hyun realizes this sub-quest has a clear condition. He has to complete the boxing combo, and to do that, he still needs the attack card hook. He hesitates. Soo-hyun curses under his breath, admits this is a gamble, and says he has not used it in a long time. But the next card changes the situation completely. Soo-hyun blurts out that it is Card Master, then immediately warns that using it for too long will wreck his wrist. Sunbae shifts his focus to the cards he has not used yet, checks that they are all lower-grade ones, and decides he may as well combine them. But the system cuts in with a command. Combine the bronze cards. 4 bronze cards pull together at once, and a blue interface confirms the merge has started. The merge pays off immediately. Sunbae ends up with 2 silver cards, then stares at them and blurts out that there is no way this could happen on the first try. The result stops him cold, especially with the hook card now in play. That is when Soo-hyun stops on the gold card master card and realizes it does more than combine cards. It can also break them down into lower level ones. So with plenty of silver cards on hand, he starts thinking about testing that function next. But the gamble backfires. Looking at the glowing golden card in his hands, Sunbae admits he thought a good card might come out of it, then realizes he should not have taken that risk. Instead, Sunbae and Soo-hyun are now standing with a third boy beneath the words, "Unite, Gangbuck," with all 3 lined up in the room and looking down. The room breaks into a formal show of respect as multiple students bow deeply towards Soo-hyun and Sunbae and shout their congratulations to Sunbae. Now the talk turns to Kim Soo-hyun and Soo-hyun's win, with someone declaring that Kim Soo-hyun and Diablo Yakuza showed their true strength to Gangbuk Donghai. Another voice says they have every reason to celebrate, while a sharper comment pushes back and tells them not to make someone else step forward next time. Sunbae points to the map and lays it out plainly. After they beat Kang Do-hyuk of Gangbuk Donghai, the territory he controlled became theirs. Someone immediately compares the situation to the 3 kingdoms. Then the briefing gets bigger. 3 high schools that have been managed by Kang Do-hyuk are named, and the speaker says they now fall under Sunbae's control. One of the listeners blurts out that it is cool. Sunbae brings up Han Jae-ha and questions whether taking away his power will make him rush in. The answer is simple. For the time being, you will have some free time. But that answer gets challenged immediately when Sunbae says he already contacted Gangbuk Donghai, and someone presses him on what exactly he means. Han Jae-ha hears that Jian and Kang Do-hyuk lost, and he repeats it back in disbelief with a cigarette still in hand. The focus shifts straight to Gangbukdong High's side of the fallout. They confirm that Kong Do-hyuk schools have already been handed over, and the talk jumps straight to the next step. One of the men stays visibly uneasy as someone asks what they should do now. Soo-hyun pushes the talk into action and says they have to go there right now. The others immediately fall in behind that call, agreeing with Sunbae and moving straight to preparations. Sunbae rushes in with a warning. There is a huge problem, and Gangbuk High has started to move. Without missing a beat, Sunbae says Gangbuk High already knew Kim Soo-hyun beat his people. He warns that Kong Seol is trying to start a war, and if this keeps going, both the West and the South could be attacked. They ask Sunbae what to do, and the answer comes fast. Send number 2 to Gang Seo. He orders him to stop the fight, keep things under control, and move on the assumption that Kim Soo-hyun is weakened. Soo-hyun cuts in hard, saying he can beat that person anytime he wants. Then he stops at, but before that, and shifts to whatever comes next. Han Jae-ha snaps to one target and says he has to deal with Kong Suk himself. Walking beside Sunbae, Soo-hyun finishes explaining what happened and immediately asks if he did well. He keeps pushing for a compliment from Sunbae, turning the tense talk from a moment ago into an awkward bid for approval. Soo-hyun admits he still cannot beat Han Jae-ha, then decides to get stronger first through quests and training. When someone calls out, Sunbae, he looks up at the startled, huh? An off-panel voice suggests that, since they have time, Sunbae should strengthen the organization from the inside. Sunbae stops on that idea and repeats it back, clearly questioning it. Without missing a beat, the group pushes back, asking what he means and whether he just wants more crewmates. The answer shuts that down immediately. That could work, but this is about something else. Now the talk shifts to Kim Da-yeon and Soo-hyun as they walk and trade rumors about Kim Soo-hyun. The gossip turns blunt fast, mocking him with a crude story while also raising the idea that a problem could come up. A voice cuts in with the real problem. The 3 high schools that used to belong to Kong Do-hyuk are now under Sunbae, but nobody knows if they are actually following him. With Kim Da-yeon and Soo-hyun there beside him, the warning is blunt they could rebel again. Ko Ha-jun blurts out, as a new idea lands in front of him. Discipline them himself. At that exact moment, the system opens a new nurture quest. The system lays out the new nurture quest, brings Seojin High School, Dojin High School, and Jagong Vocational High School under control. In return, it offers 2 mid-grade nurture cards, one for strength and one for speed. Soo-hyun stops second-guessing it and commits on the spot. He says they should do it right away, realizing this is how he can clear the nurture quest and that he can start nurturing them now. He moves to act on it immediately, asking if they should head to Seojin High now. Then Soo-hyun catches Sunbae's reaction, falters mid-response, and calls out to him. At Gangbuk Girls High, Young Soha finally speaks up and gives a hesitant hello. Another voice tells someone to look in front. Sunbae suddenly recognizes Soo-hyun and presses him on it, demanding to know why he is here after seeing him back then. Soo-hyun freezes with a startled reaction, and someone nearby calls out to Sunbae. Soha drops her gaze and admits she already has plans with Da-yeon. The reply comes back just as quickly. Right, she and Da-yeon are friends. As Soo-hyun starts to leave, he gives a brief send-off and tells Soha not to be late. Soha answers, then stops him with a hesitant call. He turns back with a puzzled, huh? But before she can finish, someone demands to know why their message was ignored. Soha covers her face with both hands as the confrontation lands. The taunts keep coming. Someone calls out to Sunbae, says they messaged him and got no reply, then follows it up by calling him trash. Soo-hyun stays put and looks ahead while Sunbae lingers behind him with a smirk. Soha freezes for a moment, then gives a small, reluctant, okay then. Soo-hyun and Sunbae keep walking as one of them makes sure a reply is all that's needed, then says they're leaving. Soo-hyun lifts a hand in farewell, and a shaky goodbye follows. Soha finally gets the words out and says she already told him. A stunned reaction cuts in right away. What the? Kim Da-yeon spots Kim Soo-hyun and openly calls him an asshole. That outburst turns Soha's hesitant confession into a direct public confrontation. Now the scene shifts outside, where Soohyun sits with smoker student, Sunbae, and the rest of the boys around a ground sheet. As they drink and eat, one of them asks what they should do next, and another immediately reacts in confusion. Word spreads fast. Kang Do-hyuk lost, and now people are already asking if they have to fall in line with Gangbuk SEO High. They bring up Soohyun and Kim Soohyun by name, and the only thing that follows is how scary he is. But the talk turns blunt. With Kang Do-hyuk already beaten, one of them says it is only natural for them to be under the other side. Jang Jin-soo cuts through the talk with a blunt order to shut up, then calmly lights his cigarette on the tree stump. Jang Jin-soo cuts off the doubt and makes his side clear. They will serve Han Jae-ha until the end, and if Kim Soo-hyun shows up, he says he will kill him. A status panel appears with him, marking this as his profile reveal. But when Kim Soo-hyun's name gets thrown out with a death threat, the bravado breaks immediately. One of them quickly tries to walk it back and tells Jang Jin-soo they were only joking. Sunbae suddenly freezes, gasping for air, then blurts out a stunned, "Huh?" Kim Soo-hyun is identified as Gangbuk SEO High number 1, just as he doubles over, breathing hard. At the same time, an unseen voice shouts at the group, asking if they are from Seojin High. Sunbae looks at the group off-panel and bluntly asks if they are bandits, then questions why their hideout is in the mountain. Jang Jin-soo rushes in, but Sunbae slips the attack as the system confirms he is using weaving. The skill turns the close-range exchange into a clean dodge instead of a direct hit. Soohyun immediately calls it out. Sunbae dodged the hit, and now he is shouting that the move was a surprise attack. The clash turns from a missed strike into an accusation, with Jang Jin-soo openly branding Sunbae a coward. But this time, Sunbae lands a close-range hit on Sunbae as the system confirms Hook has been activated. The strike connects cleanly, turning the exchange from a dodge into a direct blow. Sunbae gives his verdict on the move and says the hook is not bad. Without missing a beat, Sunbae leans over the glowing screen and shouts that he is finally done. The task on the device is complete. A card interface interrupts the exchange and confirms a new attack has been unlocked. Boxing, Hook. A voice blurts out that they finally got the Hook card after repeated tries, while the system lists it as a usable skill at rank F. Soohyun hurriedly explains that he combined and broke down his cards, threw away the ones he did not use, and even spent the high note card despite barely using it lately. A brief good cuts in and ends his explanation. But the system cuts in with a completed boxing combo objective. Weave and Hook are both cleared. The reward is a gold card, and a single command flashes at them. Now, the system confirms the quest is complete and announces the reward for finishing the boxing combo. As the blue window stays open, a glowing golden shard floats in front of the dark brown/black hair, dark jacket, and dark pants with light shirt human, ready to be claimed. Sunbae takes a sudden hit straight to the face, and the blow snaps his head sideways in a burst of impact. But the reward reveals itself at once. A gold attack card unlocks boxing, Dempsey roll. The system confirms it can now be used, and the description lays out a rolling boxing technique that chains heavy hooks from left to right. Sunbae triggers Dempsey roll, and the system confirms the technique is active. He weaves straight in and drives the attack through the black-haired, dark, clothing human with rapid boxing momentum. Across the room, Sunbae suddenly screams out. Soohyun jerks, and the boy in the brown jacket freezes as his drink slips loose. Sunbae clenches his fist and shouts for his friends to wait for him. Sunbae declares that he will go get his dad's card. At the same moment, a new system alert interrupts him and starts a nurture quest. A system alert confirms Yakuza is using Dempsey roll, and he drives the weaving combo straight into Soohyun with repeated swinging blows. But before anyone can process it, Soohyun lunges forward and shouts that he is going to get his dad's card. Across the path, Soohyun stops and looks down at Baek Charon, who is bent over on the ground. Instead, Hyundong, Yakuza, Soohyun, and weak students drop to their knees in front of Soohyun and declare that they have always wanted to follow their Soohyun, while calling the other guy a jerk. At the same time, a system notice pops up and updates the quest. Now Soohyun eases off, says they are done here, and suggests moving on to the next high school. Lee Hyunding looks over as one of them calls the other a real gangster, only for the answer to come back with a laugh that they are making him sound bad. Now the students, including our Gand, Soohyun, Lee Hyunding, Kuza, and weak students, line up and thank them for looking after Dojin High School, adding that Gangbuk Dong Hai had been making things hard for them. At the same time, a system notice appears and confirms the quest is being updated. And right after that, another group steps up and says they are from Jagong Vocational High School, asking to come under Gangbuk SEO High too. Our gang and Soohyun are there with them as they add one condition: do not raise the fee. So Hyundong immediately tells them not to worry, because he is not going to extort money from them. Someone praises him as a wise king on the spot, and a system notice appears saying the quest is being updated. But the system cuts in with the full objective, marking Seojin High as done, while Dojin High and Jagong Vocational High still sit at 0. Kuza stares at the update as the quest refreshes in front of him. That is when the reward window flips over to 4 green cards, 3 nurture cards that raise a crewmate's strength, speed, or endurance by 1 level, and 1 middle grade random attack card. Now Soohyun realizes he can use the nurture cards right away, and he says it out loud. But before he can act on it, the scene jumps to a building hallway by the men's restroom, and an off-panel voice suddenly cries out, "Ah!" He follows it with a simple problem. Soohyun has the nurture cards now, but he still does not know who to use them on. Instead, a blue status board pulls up Kuza, Hyundong, info card, and Hyundong with their stat grades, and he weighs 2 options: build Hyundong into a complete warrior or pour everything into Hyundong. He immediately hesitates, because he is not sure he can control Hyundong and does not really want to spend it all on Hyundong. Still weighing it, Soohyun lands on Kuza as the weakest target, and the scene cuts to him standing beside Kuza at the urinals. One of them asks if Kuza is peeing well, and the answer is a flat no. Soohyun immediately pulls back from the idea and wonders if making Kuza fight is even right. When the other voice keeps talking, he shuts it down and admits he would feel bad if Kuza got hurt. He catches himself blurting it out, then settles on a different answer. If Kuza is going to get dragged into a fight because of him, he has to make sure Kuza can protect himself first. With that, he makes his decision. Soohyun acts on it and dumps every. Moments later, the system confirms the nurture cards have been applied, and a golden burst goes off in front of info card. He stares at it and yells that it actually worked. He moves right on and tells the person off panel that he already has 3 high schools under his control, so the inside of the organization they were worried about should be completely fine now. He gets an immediate answer calling him Hyundong and addressing him as Sunbae, and the exchange shifts when one of them adds that there is something they want to ask. He asks what kind of person Gangbuk Bukhai's #1 really is, since that top fighter did not even show up to the Gangbuk meeting. With Han Jae-ha and Kang Suk already on edge, Soohyun makes it clear he needs that information before anything moves forward. Hyundong lowers his head and admits he does not have any information, and that only makes the response snap back even harder as someone off-panel repeats it in disbelief. Instead, the answer shifts the whole picture. For someone who rules, Soohyun can only stare back in disbelief as the pushback keeps coming. If the rumors are all the same, how does someone like that even exist? And before the thought can settle, the speaker cuts in with a "but," stopping the point halfway. The exchange breaks there as the others head for the door, saying they have to get ready for class and offering a quick goodbye. One of them bows deeply on the way out, then throws one more line at Soohyun. He does not want to sleep today. He gets checked immediately. Watch what he says, because if other people hear it, they might misunderstand. Hyundong only answers with a short hum. But instead of adding more rumors, Lee Hyundong says the new area they took is already secured, and the real issue is Soohyun still moving on his own. He gets cut off with a warning that he is still a student, and when someone apologizes to a teacher, the answer comes back just as hard. A Sunbae cannot step in personally every time. Another line follows right behind it. They will take more areas later. Soohyun shifts from arguing to planning. If Sunbae cannot instead, Baek Charon and Soohyun keep walking and get pulled into the fallout around Sunbae. They complain that one guy is staring at them, and worse, everyone is looking at Sunbae like he is trash. Soohyun suddenly stops them and blurts out that there is a suitable lady after all. She reminds Baek Charon that tell me how to gain more Insta followers, and Baek Charon responds, "You simply have to be fucking beautiful." Hyundong jumps on that answer immediately and pushes for more, calling out the tension between the Sunbaes and asking Baek Charon to spill it. When someone hesitates, The gossip gets bigger fast. If the two of them start dating, Baek Sunbae will handle the inside. Baek Charon snaps back with an insult, then immediately turns the whole thing into a mission. She says she will connect the two of them herself and bring peace. And that is when two student and Soo-hyun get hit with a sudden suggestion to hang out. The line hangs between them, and neither side gets clear ownership of it. So Lee Hyung-gong finally makes it clear and proposes a group outing to the Gangbuk Pool Villa, saying they should go together to build his friendship. Baek Charon reminds Kuza that are you fucking crazy, and Kuza two student snaps and shuts the whole idea down, telling them not to act close with her and flat out refusing to go anywhere with them. Now Lee Hyunding is clutching his face when someone tears into the situation with, "What the hell are you up to?" And another voice calls out to Baek Charon Sunbae. Charon went too far, questioning whether asking a girl to hang out was enough to earn a slap. When the pool villa comes up as a possible reason, he stops on that instead and asks what a pool villa even is. He gets his answer right away. The pool villa is all over Insta, with bikini photos everywhere, and they point out that lots of high schoolers go there. The posts even include bikini girls and two student, making it clear exactly what kind of place they mean. Soo-hyun goes straight at the logic. He says inviting her there just because she uses Insta was supposed to make her like it, and the reaction to that is immediate. This jerk. Hyundong only adds to it, tapping his temple and mocking the whole thing as a pity before saying the guy deserved to get hit anyway. Now the scolding keeps going. One of them says students should not be going to places like that by themselves, then doubles down by saying he still should not have backed off so easily. Soo-hyun can only stare back and blurt out, "Yes?" He can only let out a sigh after that and admit he has to give it up because she hates it. Soo-hyun says he never expected her to hate it that much. A hand stops the black-jacketed figure at the shoulder, and someone calls out, "Lee Hyundong." He doesn't let go there. Kuza grabs Soo-hyun at the shoulder and demands to know why Soo-hyun did not talk to him first. And moments later, the scene shifts to a convenience store as a woman steps inside, and a voice greets her with a quick, "Welcome." And right after that, two women rush up to Baek Charon together, blurt out that it is them, and call out that they heard something. They also complain that she startled them, and tell her to give them a heads up if she is coming. And now the talk jumps to a pool villa booked by Kim Soo-hyun's group. And when someone asks if she is going too, the black-haired light-colored hoodie or jacket figure flatly says no, she is not going. Instead, Baek Charon and the black-haired red hoodie, white top, black pants figure grab Baek Charon by the arms and try to haul her along, insisting she come because that palace is famous on Insta. Baek Charon fights them the whole way, snapping back and demanding to know why she should go at all. She pushes the idea even further, saying they can play there by herself and just use the boys to boost her Insta followers. But an off-panel voice immediately starts to object. Now Baek Charon just drops her head onto the counter while voices keep pressing the issue, one insisting they already handled it, and another blurting out in surprise that she is really going to the pool villa. So instead, Baek Charon and the black-haired red hoodie, dark pants figure throw themselves on a she from both sides, thanking Baek Charon outright and getting even louder about how much their followers will jump if she shows up dressed well. She only answers with a sigh. So Bikini Girls finally gives in and says she has to buy a bikini. And just as that settles, the story jumps hard. Three idiot heads through the city with Kuza on one side and Hyundong on the other, moving forward together without a word. As they keep moving, the talk shifts to today's plan. Soo-hyun checks that they're really going, but once he gets his answer, he points out that something about it feels strange. He presses Soo-hyun on that point, asking what exactly he means, and pushes back that he only spoke up because he did not want him giving up so easily. The reply comes right back at Hyundong, calling out how much he had to say after claiming he did not even feel like going to the pool villa. Kuza cuts in with a question of his own, asking Soo-hyun what exactly has him so curious. But the next line only turns it around harder with a baffled, "Why on earth?" He does not let the question go, because Kuza suddenly asks if Ko Ha-juin is here, and Hyundong stays right behind him as the search turns specific. And the answer is right in front of them. Kuza is actually here. One of them blurts out that he only asked just in case and never expected him to really come, and the moment lands with an awkward jab telling Kuza to fix his fashion sense. And Argan suddenly yelps and warns them that Sunbae is coming. And right after that, three women walk in with their luggage, and a voice immediately blurts out, "The ladies are coming." Another comment follows just as fast, telling Sunbae not to come dressed like that. And now the call-out turns into a complaint as someone snaps at Lee Hyundong for not saying Ko Ha-Juan was coming too. When another voice asks if that makes anyone uncomfortable, the answer comes back flat and direct. No, they like it. Moments later, one of them just closes the distance and blurts out a single plea. Please. And that plea gets cut off when the black-haired woman in the black top shoves Soo-hyun and snaps at him for peeking into her bag. He recoils and blurts out an apology, while a purple system prompt suddenly appears. Master, please. One time, as the order to move. Now Soo-hyun breaks into a run through the alley and shouts for Sunbae. Instead, the answer comes from the alley itself as someone shouts, Kong-suk Sunbae. A title card identifies Kong-suk as Gangbuk Nam Hai's number 1, standing while Soo-hyun and the others stay low around him. Now the call jumps again. Gangbuk Seo Hai is on the move. Someone echoes the name in surprise, and another gives Kim Soo-hyun credit for making the right call. Now off-panel voices start arguing over what this move actually means, with one saying he's about to wreck Gangbuk Dong Hai, another denying it, and someone else insisting he is only coming to play, leaving Soo-hyun caught in the middle of the conflicting talk. He does not waver. As Soo-hyun pulls the shirt onto him, Kong-suk brushes off the warning as stupid and says that if he targets Gangbuk Dong Hai, Gangbuk Seo Hai will come after them instead. The question shifts at once when our gang asks where he is going, and the answer comes back, Gangbuk Pool Villa. That stops them cold, and someone blurts out, what? Instead, the next update drops them straight into Gangbuk Buk Hai's area, where three idiot, our gang, Soo-hyun, Hyundong, Baek Charon, and Soo-hyun are gathered on the stairway around Hyundong's wheelchair. Welcome to the Gangbuk Pool Villa, where the chill vibes meet sleek modern design. This is where the story's about to dive in. Here we go, the infamous Gangbuk Pool Villa, where the real fun is about to start. Are we checking in? Of course, Sunbae. We can enter right away. You're good at doing your work. Smooth moves. Looks like they're diving straight into business. Sunbae, please pat my hair. I don't want to. Why are you staring at me like that? Should we part ways for now? We have to unpack and change our clothes too. Let's go to the women's dormitory. Why are you following us, you asshole? Damn, that hit hard. Master, please, just one time. I thought we were going to use the same room. Why the fuck would we use the same room? Damn, times really have changed. Hey, you get lost. Sunbae, we should make haste. We're only here for 2 days and 1 night, so no time to mess around. But wait, why is that guy wearing a school uniform? The crew's bouncing with hype, ready to roll. Anyways, let's go. Echoes as they bounce out. Someone straight up buzzing. I'm fucking excited, you motherfucker. Is that so? Yeah, I'm certain. No doubt about it. Here come the Gangbuk Seo Hai kids, rolling deep and looking ready for whatever's next. They've got some serious guts showing up in Gangbuk Buk's turf. That's Ko Ha-Juan, right? Yeah, it's him. Baek Charon's there too. The one who only trusts her face. He sweet talks. You're prettier, honey. She fires back, say to my face. So what's the move? You really gonna snitch to the higher-ups? Report? Seriously? Huh? You seriously think we're just gonna leave him alone? Nah, we're gonna mess them up bad. He's got that smirk and a plan. Let's get some points out of that guy. Kiki, just tossing his cigarette like it's no big deal. The surprise is real. Is that really me? But no hesitation. The answer's clear. Are you crazy? Post that right now. They're just two friends splashing around, joking about becoming celebrities even if a phone takes a swim. The vibe? Pure chill with a side of laughter. After snapping 30,000 pictures, they finally got one. But wait, have you seen him before? Which one? Let's try again when Chiron shows up. Ko Ha-Juan's body? Yeah, legendary, like worth dying for. But do you remember the rest of the crew? Did anyone else besides Ko Ha-Juan even show up? Seriously, Ko Ha-Juan? You'd date him if he wasn't such a jerk? Whatever, that's just nonsense. You should call Chiron instead. Wait, she's here? Seriously, Baek Charon? What were you doing that made you come all the way now? Chiron? Wait, is that really you? She didn't expect to see her like this. Why are you wearing a bikini? No, Chiron. What the? What's with you guys? Wait, didn't we say we'd wear bikinis together? She's blunt, making it clear she's not in a bikini. Like, who even thinks high schoolers would wear those? Charon's losing it, storming off half-dressed and furious. Fucking bitch. she yells while someone yells back. You have to take a picture since you're already wearing that. Chaos is real, and the bikini's the hot topic. She's done. No pictures, no more trips with them. And the insults? Yeah, those keep flying. Am I crazy? 3 unlikely allies sit in silence, holding hands like it's the calm before a storm. She's not having it. Why would I show it to you guys? Drama is definitely heating up. Did you really think we came here to see you in a bikini? Nah, I don't have any other thoughts. If you're not even wearing one, I'm out of here. The feast is done, but the mess remains. Someone's got to clean up. Lee Hyundong, you're up. Yakuza Senpai calls the shots. So, Hajuin's all about that self-care, hitting the run right after eating. But nah, apparently, girls don't vibe with that kind of body. TCH, guess not everyone's into it. Life's short, so why bother exercising? But wait, isn't it already night? Yeah, and we check out in 2 days, 1 night. Guess the clock's ticking. It's boring. Should I just go home now? Sharon's being like that again, even though she was the most excited person. Excuse me. Beck Chiron Sunbay. Someone's calling her out, and it's not just a random hello. If this gets dull, how about a game? Loser shaves their eyebrows. Let's see who's brave enough. A game? Yeah, game. Let's play Chiron. But the jerk already doesn't have eyebrows, so what now? What game are we playing? Should we start easy? She's clearly not feeling it. I don't care. I'll just sleep if it's boring. 5 minutes in, and things are already heating up. Kim Soo-hyun's getting called out, but she's not done playing by the rules yet. Look at that fire. She's definitely the one hyped the most. No way, I did it right. Didn't I say you lost? What nonsense. Why are you asking Han Munchel, teacher? The stakes are eyebrow-level serious. Loser shaves theirs off. With a deadpan stare, he cuts through the bluff. So shut up and just go shave your eyebrows. There's no way around it. This game's got some wild consequences. He's not buying the excuse. You didn't even show me you wearing a bikini. He sees right through it. Don't just say your true motives. Sunbay, I think none of you lost. He's caught off guard, but she's got that confident vibe. Yeah, things just got interesting. He's got that look, the one that says he's not done yet. How about you guys play the game one more time? And just like that, everyone's caught off guard. She's already giving up on him, but still curious. What game is this even supposed to be? All that's left in the whole closet are 2 empty hangers. This one, a wardrobe? Seriously? What's the point of this game? Simple. Both of you go inside. The stakes? Loser gets eliminated and has to shave off their eyebrows. And all he can say is, that's it. Are we competing with our patience? Then that's too easy. You're definitely not just going inside there. So, you're stepping inside holding hands? And you gotta tough it out until one of you quits. This is about to get intense. Hold each other's hand. Yeah, no way I'm doing that with him. Fine, then just shave it yourself. It's just a game, so what? You can just hold his hand if you have no feelings. Or do you have feelings for him? What to do? I guess they see each other as partners. Are you shy, Chiron? Should we just stop it? Or do you just have to win? She's not messing around. Get ready to shave your eyebrows. This is about to get real. Okay. They squeeze into the cramped space, hearts racing, hands tightly clasped. No turning back now. And just like that, the game's on. Let's see who's really got the moves. They're sweating bullets, holding hands tight, because this is everything. All for the sake of Gangbuk CO High. Such youth. Soo-hyun, that prick, he's already grown up so much. They lean in close, smirking like they own the place. One of them just drops a simple, deadly what? As if daring you to answer. He locks eyes with you, voice steady but tense. It's you, right? The air thickens, and the moment feels way too heavy to just brush off. They call me Diablo Yakuza. Yeah, that's my name now. They're stuck in here together, heartbeats sinking as tension thickens. No words, just the weight of what's about to go down. Why are you sweating so much? You're sweating a lot too. What? What do you mean? You know what? I think this is it. He thinks he's seen this move somewhere before, but she's just trying to process what the heck is even happening. Wait, what? A quest is being created just like that? She's caught off guard, cheeks flushed and heart racing. What? She breathes, trying to steady herself. Wait, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? She's holding his hand tight, breath catching as she calls his name. Kim. Kim Soo-hyun. The air's thick, sweat dripping, and everything feels like it's about to change. Under the weight of a tense moment, their hands tightly clasped, one calls out the other's name with uncertainty, their faces flushed and drenched in sweat, caught between fear and hope. The system unexpectedly assigns a sub-quest. Lose to Baek Chiron and escape from the wardrobe to earn a silver card. Kim Soo-hyun is caught off guard, questioning if he can really leave the wardrobe, while someone challenges him, asking what's wrong with him. Despite the confusion, he considers the situation a decent reward. Realizing the quest could earn him a silver card, he struggles with the heat and questions why he must be the one to solve it. Her face flushed and sweat beaded as she nervously yanks at her shirt, warning him not to look while admitting she's genuinely happy in this moment. He's caught off guard, nervously admitting how close they are and questioning how he cannot look. Her voice trembles with hidden frustration as she warns him to look away. Despite the tension, he cautiously asks if she's feeling unwell, concern flickering in his eyes. She's drenched in sweat, catching someone's attention as they question why she's sweating so much, reminding her they're not at a water park. Despite the tension and harsh words exchanged, their hands remain tightly clasped, betraying an unspoken connection between them. They stand trapped together, hands tightly clasped, debating the rules they must follow even in this small game, tension rising between their stubborn resolve and desire for freedom. Frustration boils over as she grabs his hand, desperately pleading for him to just leave. The boy panics as he questions what would happen if he goes out, desperate to avoid shaving his eyebrows, while someone else offers to draw them for him. She looks exhausted and confused as someone firmly grabs her arm, demanding to know what's wrong with her. She's struggling to catch her breath, sweat dripping down her face as concern and confusion fill the room. The question lingers, "Are you sick?" He struggles to hide his true feelings, sweating nervously as their playful yet tense conversation cuts deeper than words. Despite the refusal, the question lingers, exposing the confusion and vulnerability beneath their harsh exchange. Sweat drips down his face as he admits his struggle. I can't stand being in small places." He's asked if he's claustrophobic, but he insists it's not that serious. Then, he admits he's been through it, catching the other person off guard. She confesses to being bullied in the past, revealing a painful truth from her middle school days. The shock and disbelief from others are evident as they struggle to accept it. She sits quietly as milk is poured on her tray, reflecting on how her fierce eyes caused her to be bullied. Despite the taunts and glaring from others, she questions what she's supposed to do about the way she looks. They were locked in a cleaning store by bullies who left them there, and the fear only made the bullying worse. Ever since, being in dark, cramped spaces became unbearable for them. She struggles with regret, questioning why she ever revealed her secret, her frustration and anxiety evident in every bead of sweat. He never thought they'd be trapped here so long and regrets joining the game. But now, he knows what he must do next. She decides to ignore what she saw and leave school early, but then someone urgently calls out her name, making her stop in surprise. The voice questions if the reason behind her help is linked to a shared past. She hesitates, sweating nervously, then firmly declares she will go out, leaving the other person stunned and questioning her decision. Their hands intertwine gently, as one admits they didn't know what happened, expressing a wish they had been told sooner if things were hard. He reassures her with a calm voice, "You did well," his hand resting gently against the wall as she stands close behind him. He looks surprised as she calls his name hesitantly, trying to get his attention. They realize they're trapped inside, locked from the outside with a mop bar barricading the door. Panic rises as the shocking truth sinks in. Kim Soo-hyun bangs on the door, demanding it be opened immediately, warning that he won't forgive the delay. He boldly declares himself as the escapist, desperate to break free. He realizes the threat might have passed as they seem to have left, but anxiety creeps in with a lingering question of what to do next. Meanwhile, tears stream down her face, revealing her inner turmoil and uncertainty. He notices the makeshift lock reinforced with a mop handle, triggering a system alert about the additional weight being used. Kim Soo-hyun bursts through the wall with intense determination, declaring his identity as the escapist. The system confirms his success, announcing that he has completed the quest. Frustrated and nursing his scratched fist, he realizes Lee Hyun-dong's joke went way too far this time. The anger turns personal as the name Kim Soo-hyun hangs in the air. She gently holds his arm and softly thanks him, her expression filled with a quiet vulnerability as he stands still, looking ahead. She offers a surprising promise, saying if you shave your eyebrows, she will draw them for you. She pulls him close, confessing that her actions weren't entirely because of him, revealing a complicated honesty between them. He explains that he struggled because it was slow to respond, and then questions the meaning of reacting. She looks at him with curiosity, asking quietly what kind of reaction he expects. Her face flushes with a mix of shock and fury as she lashes out with a fierce insult, unable to hold back her anger. One friend apologizes tearfully to Chiron, both of them overwhelmed with sorrow and regret. She sits curled up, revealing a painful past she barely wants to expose, warning sharply that she won't tolerate being pushed again. The boy, surprisingly cheerful despite the tension, insists he will never forgive them, leaving others puzzled by his happiness and curious about what happened in the wardrobe. After a long and exhausting day, he reflects on the trip's end, noting his disheveled eyebrows, but acknowledging that he did manage to shave. A panicked student rushes through the doorway, urgently warning his senior that they're in serious trouble. They realize the situation is serious when Yakuza senpai is mentioned, hinting at big trouble ahead. The news spreads quickly. He was dragged away by 3 thugs from Gangbuk High. They had been lying in wait for him to be alone. Realizing those 3 people watching from the entrance might be significant, he confirms it with a sudden urgency. He calmly tells someone to leave him alone, but the response is one of shock and disbelief. Tensions rise as 2 desperate voices demand if they don't have to save him right now, calling the decision crazy. Calmly, the man faced away from them insists, "It's fine." The group stands tense under the dim light, realizing that the Gukyu they knew has changed, no longer the same as before. A group of tough-looking guys lean in, eyeing someone suspiciously, questioning what's wrong with him. The man's expression shifts to one of deep concern, a single bead of sweat betraying his fear. The unspoken truth hangs heavy. He's terrified. One character questions if the man claiming to be Diablo from Gangbuk High is truly him, doubting his act. The man confidently insists he is, dismissing the confusion by calling the other just a fool. 2 students discuss the truth behind a rumor about Gangbuk High, while their stats and physical details are revealed, hinting at their capabilities and standing. Na Chang-sik, a strong and muscular fighter with impressive strength but average potential, commands the others to move with authority. Tension rises as a determined man, sweat trickling down his face, boldly declares he's busy dealing with Ko Ha-juan, questioning why anyone would waste time in such a moment. With fierce determination in his eyes, he charges forward, fueled by the command to just kill him. The moment of confrontation has arrived. He clenches his jaw, sweat pouring down as he steels himself with the words, "Don't doubt." He's coming to a chilling realization, because if you don't doubt it, then you can really be Yakuza. He stakes his entire life on the nurture card he obtained this time, showing his unwavering commitment. A new attack card called Systema is revealed, allowing crewmates to use military martial arts styles, while the nurture card causes crewmates' attack skills to become random if applied. With precise focus, he unleashes a powerful Systema strike, overwhelming his opponent with devastating force. The man with tattoos screams fiercely, his rage shaking the air, while the 2 onlookers watch in stunned silence, fear and disbelief etched on their faces. He clenches his fist, his tension rising as he tries to understand the strange sign forming with his fingers. Sweat beads on his forehead as confusion and disbelief wash over him. What could this mean? The man's body moves involuntarily as confusion and awe fill his mind. He wonders what's wrong with Chang-sik, yet can't deny the unexpected coolness of the moment. They realize the one who won must have kept their true power hidden all along, leaving everyone stunned and questioning their strength. A cold, unsettling question breaks the silence, provoking doubt and introspection. The unsettling smirk reveals a hidden confidence as the thought lingers. Have I ever truly fought with all my strength? A tense confrontation begins as one challenges, recalling a fight that was attempted before, and the other confirms it happened. As tension rises, one urges the other not to be scared, preparing themselves for what's coming next. He approaches with a fierce determination, questioning if he even needs to teach the basics to survive. Confidence radiates as he admits, I might be strong. Yang Gukye finally introduces himself, declaring his alias Diablo Yakuza from Gangbuk Co High, as his stats reveal a powerful potential despite some modest skills. Yang Gukye, known as Diablo Yakuza from Gangbuk Co High, reveals his stats: strong, enduring, with top-tier potential despite average intelligence and speed. I'll close my eyes, so come at me. I'll let you start first. Both tense, they brace for what's next, voices trembling with surprise. Tensions rise as one figure boldly steps forward, warning, "Don't make me laugh," while two others charge in to confront him. With a swift, powerful strike, he blocks the attack, questioning, "You believe your enemy's words?" This moment marks the very first time. With a fierce glare and a shout of "Die," he charges forward, his confidence unshaken. With a steely gaze and a commanding gesture, he asks, "Do I have to even that to you?" With a fierce glare, he slams his fist into his opponent, shouting, "Stop bluffing," as the force of the blow shatters the air between them. He sneers with a chilling intensity, "This bastard. Do you know where this place is? This is Gangbuk." A sharp punch lands squarely on his cheek, but he remains stoic, declaring, "It hurts the same." With a swift motion, he blocks the incoming strike, countering with a barrage of powerful punches that send his opponent reeling. With a swift gesture, he reminds them, "Didn't I tell you? I'm from Gangbuk Co High." The man with glasses stands over his defeated opponents, declaring, "Diablo Yakuza," as the dust settles around them. It was a successful debut for Diablo of Gangbuk Co High, known as the Yakuza. He can't believe you crushed them all on your own. You really are amazing. Yakuza Senpai, I hate it, but I had no choice because it may have been dangerous to you. The tension rises as accusations fly. Did you fight because of us? One demands, while another points out, there's also ladies here. Excitement and discomfort mix, with a shout of "You fought for us," clashing against a staggering "Wow. I feel like throwing up." He admits feeling sorry for being the only one who got stronger, but insists it's because he hates seeing Gukye worry. Now, Kuza doesn't have to fear getting beaten up anymore. Li Hyundong, water. Since when did his potential upgrade to S? The tension rises as they demand, "Get lost to your room now." Their voice is firm. They add, "That's right. We're going to sleep now," and warn, "We also have to take pictures." As they part ways for the night, one wishes the trip had lasted longer, while the other shrugs it off, ready to rest and meet again tomorrow. The group prepares to change into comfortable clothes, each revealing their choices. "Did you guys bring comfortable clothes?" one asks. "Of course I brought it," another replies, while a third adds, "I brought a tank top." "Wow, really?" comes the surprise response. She slaps him fiercely, demanding, "Why aren't you leaving?" while he defensively replies, "Just in case." The system urgently pleads, "Master, please, one time." As the door closes firmly behind him, he hears a sharp command to "get lost quickly," and replies with a comment. He breathes a quiet relief, thinking, "I was so close." The night trip is coming to an end, but there's an eerie quietness that feels strange. Why is it so quiet? He thought he would be fighting the main gang from Gangbuk High because he came to their turf, but Kuza told him the ones he defeated weren't the real power. He acknowledges their weakness and the relief of not having to fight, but his mind is fixated on one question. Where did Hajuin go? It's been a long time, Hajuin. Two figures stand facing each other, the weight of their past lingering in the air. He stood alone in the shadows, voice breaking the silence as he questioned the reason behind the sudden call after so long, his curiosity barely masked. He questions if they're really just here to hang out, so Gangbuk Book, I won't have to worry about them. Hajuin, I certainly told you before. Footsteps echo as someone approaches with purpose. The reason I leave those guys under you alone is because they can lean on you anytime. A firm hand grips his shoulder as a voice cuts through the moment. And let me add one more thing this time. The mysterious figure demands, take your hands out of your pocket when you're talking to me. His grip tightens on the other person's shoulder, asserting dominance with an unseen but undeniable presence. You can go now, Ko Hajuin, the voice calls out as the night settles over the quiet apartment building. He opens the door, announcing, I'm back, as he steps inside with bags in hand. They're discussing a trip, 2 days and 1 night. It's tougher than expected. The women are eager to know if the place really matched what was shown on Instagram. The son quietly acknowledges his mom's words. I can hear everything, Mom, as she sighs, admitting she thought he'd have no friends forever, but is glad he's finally going on trips. He replies, I said that for you to hear. He complains about his eyebrows and says he played games with his friends, then sighs, phew, I'm sick of it. Told to change clothes and wash up, he lies back with a tired sigh, barely able to respond. He prepared to reveal the silver card he got after smashing the wardrobe, knowing it was the first step. Reveal card, he commanded as the system acknowledged the action. The activation card, Boomer, appears, hinting at an increased chance of success. A moment of curiosity stirs as the details catch attention. He stares intently at the floating screen, curiosity in his eyes as he asks, Boomer, is it good? As night falls, he steps inside quietly, announcing, I'm home. The silence is met with a simple, sure. The man stands firmly with arms crossed, his glasses reflecting light as he declares, You're here, my Gukya. One man, concerned, asks if everything is all right as he steadies another who clutches his stomach, struggling to respond. He confesses, I had a fight, and the shock is immediate. What? He feels as if he's awakening something within himself, moving his body freely like never before. He wonders what power courses through him and questions if he's truly just a normal office worker. Gukya pleads with his father to tell the truth. With a heavy sigh, his father admits, It's true that I'm a normal office worker, and begins to reveal more. With a swift strike, a powerful blow lands squarely on his back, catching him off guard as he mocks, What a joke! A firm voice calls out, Come eat now, as an apologetic response follows, I'm Soi, Keiko-chan. The unexpected tone leaves a sudden, sharp question hanging in the air. The story begins at Gangbuk Co High, a place where countless lives and stories are about to unfold. Two students lean in close, whispering eagerly about Kim Soo-hyun's latest rumor. Did you hear the rumor? Kim Soo-hyun's rumor? One asks, while the other replies, I heard that he fought again this time. Their voices filled with a mix of awe and disbelief. Oh my God, he's really something. Rumors swirl around him. He ordered the Yakuza, beat down Gangbuk High, and somehow ended up shaving off his eyebrows in the fight. It's embarrassing. He reluctantly shaved off his eyebrows because his dream was to be a gangster, even though someone brutally said, EW, I fucking hate your eyebrows. Well, I had no choice, he admitted, feeling the weight of his decision. A sudden grip on the wrist causes alarm. Look there, someone exclaims, catching the other's attention with a surprised ha. Baek Chiron rushes forward with determined eyes, pulling the surprised boy behind her as whispers about an impending kiss fill the air. He hesitates, asking why so suddenly, but the command comes sharply, just sit down. She nervously holds up 2 makeup pencils, reminding, Hey, I promised you that I'm going to draw your eyebrows. I will draw it, he says, as he carefully moves the pencil close. Yeah, thanks, comes the hesitant reply. Suddenly, discomfort breaks through. Shit, It's uncomfortable. She confidently decides to sit on his lap, breaking the usual boundaries. "I'll sit for a while," she says, locking eyes with him. Their eyes lock, the air thick with tension. He's caught off guard, while she hesitates, blushing but steadying her hand with the pencil. The group bursts into the room, shouting, "All of us shaved our eyebrows for you, Sunbae," as the tension builds between them and those sitting inside. They all stand silently, their tears betraying the heavy weight of their guilt and sorrow. The juniors bow respectfully, greeting their seniors with cheerful questions about their weekend and well-being. He listens, stunned, as they explain they shaved their eyebrows for his sake. "I didn't tell you to shave it," he says flatly. "You guys can also draw it." "Sunbae, this is the real beginning." Beginning? He knows what must be done now. He has to unite Gangbuk to expand his power. The resolve sets in as he accepts the heavy responsibility. He pauses, surprised by the sudden question, as the system announces the creation of the main quest. This is the true challenge ahead. He learns that he must choose only one out of 3 quests, unable to continue with the others afterward. This time, it's unlike anything he's faced before. The system prompts the choice of 1 quest out of 3. Attack Gangbuk Bukai for a platinum card, Gangbuk Namhai for a gold card, or Gangbuk Donghai for a silver card. He realizes that quests can be given in different ways, making it difficult to decide since the rewards vary based on the choice. Contemplating where to expand strategically, the focus shifts to evaluating the relationship with Gangbuk SEO High first. Han Jae-ha from Gangbuk Donghai knows that school is on bad terms with him. He contemplates whether to attack them first, weighing the rewards against the risk. Kong Suk from Gangbuk Namhai. Should I backstab Kong Suk, who's on good terms with me? It's not bad as the reward is a gold card, but what if Han Jae-ha aims at me from behind? If I really want to move aiming for the reward, it's right to attack Gangbuk Bukai. But will I be safe after messing with Gangbuk Bukai? What if we're the ones who get attacked? He suddenly shouts, "I've decided," and someone responds in surprise, "Wow, you have come to a decision." With a fierce determination, he slams his fist down, declaring, "This is where we're going to attack." The battle plan is set, and the resolve is unbreakable. The game of hopscotch is about to begin. Everyone is ready. Let's give it a try.